Hello, so here is our last project that we have been working on over the probably the past 3 weeks. It is a 7-band graphic equalizer. Let me just zoom in a little bit so you can see it more clearly. With the circuit, so this is kind of like all the circuit is kind of like panoramic view. I want to explain it a little bit in a second. So here's the setup: speaker, 8 ohms, 1.5 watts. Here's the idle current of the circuit. This is low power. What else? Yes, the music coming out of the cell phone. Okay, so let me just explain this a little bit. Alright, so here we got the low frequency bands. Those are the ones that you can control it to either cut it or boost it. We are using MC3403 op-amps, which are low power, that can be operated in single supply mode, which is how we are using them. We are supplying 6 volts to the circuit, so it can also be used with AAA or double A batteries, just for them. So these are the middle frequency bands and the high frequency bands. What else? You can see we are using capacitors, sometimes in parallel, sometimes in series, and that's because the scheme that we are using, which is RLC with a simulated inductor, because the inductors are kind of hard to find. The reason why we're using capacitors in parallel and there are so many capacitors in this circuit is because it is very hard to change resistors, since doing so kind of changes the quality factor of the circuit. And we don't want to do that. Also, it alters the center frequency. And so, since this is not using a summing amplifier at the end, then all of the circuit, it's kind of composite. It's not like a ladder where you can just change them. So yeah. What else? So here is the output stage, which is a monolithic integrated chip, which is introducing some distortion into the circuit, which is kind of did at the end, so we didn't spend that much time on it. But oh well. This right here is simply just a 2.5 volt supply that we created just via the use of a voltage divider and a buffer, because we have to center the sine wave or the music that is coming into the circuit around 2.5, since we are using single supply. And this spot right here is just controlling the gain. And I think that's a little explanation for the circuit. I mean, there is a lot of other stuff going on, but I'll probably post the schematic or just put it on my blog, or so that you can see it. You need to do some projects, or you want to base this. Let's go ahead and put some music and see how the circuit actually works. Okay, so let's see, it doesn't seem to be working. Oh, there it goes. Alright, so as I said, let's just increase a little bit the bass of this circuit. Cool. Now let's just go ahead and cut the high frequencies. So you can hear better. And you can hear the bass kind of increase the gain for the low frequencies. Now let's go ahead and maximize the high frequency, just kind of make it a little bit brighter. can already hear a very bright sound. It's because the high frequencies are kind of increased a little bit. Alright, now let's go ahead and see the max gain before we start to experience some distortion, which again, it's kind of a bummer, but we couldn't figure it out over like 2 days working on it. We're gonna really start hearing some distortion. Alright, and that's basically it for this demo. Let's go ahead and I hope you helps you for something. I'm sure it was fun to make it.